Dynamic banter. Mike and Steve are gonna do bits and have some fun. Dynamic banter. Honking horns and ringing bells and making good. Dynamic banter. Don't forget the history road on Dynamic banter.
You're outside and you're at the park and you're looking at the birds and all of a sudden somebody's like, So he comes up behind you and kind of smells like garbage and goes,
Hey guys, welcome to Dynamic Banter. Mike and I are just hanging out in this creek. Like the good old days.
And when we used to go down to the creek,
I miss going to the creek.
yeah, it dried up because of global warnings.
I don't believe in climate change.
Dude, how about that New York right now being covered in sand from Dune?
I know. I was like, there were people that were like, oh, now you see what fire season's like in LA.
Everybody on Twitter so fucking
There's such a battle between LA and New York, and I couldn't give a shit.
But it's like no one even gives a shit about anyone saying that kind of shit on Twitter. Because they're both like the fakest type of people. It's like the people who have been saying in LA the June gloom has been lasting like weeks and weeks. And if you in LA tweet that you're so upset because it's been cloudy for 2.5 weeks, do you have any idea how the rest of the world looks at you?
Yeah.
There is no more privileged stance than it's been cloudy in LA for 2.5 weeks. My life has been so tough. It's been 65 and a little bit cloudy for 2 weeks. Oh,
I know, it is
yeah.
pretty ridiculous.
It's only ridiculous. It's nothing else.
And also, like, you know, in LA, it's like any minute now it's going to be hot as balls. It's coming.
Yeah.
So just hold your fucking horses.
I don't want to hear anybody's voice once things are hot.
Oh, dude, they're going to be like, God, I can't handle the heat today.
Dude, so much of Twitter is like, Twitter would be cool if there was no way to interact with anybody's posts. What's wrong with you? Okay, I'll save my thoughts for later. I just feel like people just say stuff on there to get a numbered reaction. And so none of it's even like real thoughts. Like what will make 1,000 people reply to this?
Yeah.
And then people get upset, and it's just it's very boring back and forth.
I think so much of it is probably based in like people that are scared to be alone.
Yeah.
And like they don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
And when they like tweet out something that's like, everyone be angry with me, it like gathers up all these lonely people that are like, I want to be heard too.
Sad.
And it's like, you know what, man? We don't all need to be heard. Some people, like for me, it's like if I was in a room with like 20 other random humans and an alien came in and was like, we need the ambassador of Earth, I'm telling you, I would like go hide. I'm like, I'm not that at all.
Sure.
Like, let someone else be like the voice of something. You don't all have to add to the whole
There should
mix.
be a counter Twitter app that just says figure out how you feel about this. Mm-hmm. And you tweet something and then only you can see it, and then you set up notifications so every couple minutes or every couple hours your phone sends you a notification saying like, did you figure out why you wanted to tweet this yet?
Right.
Your tweet should be read back to you for 24 hours straight before you're allowed to post it to other people.
Yeah. Like, do you still want to send this?
Yeah, like why you should have to tweet something and then do a 3-paragraph essay about why you wanted to tweet that.
They did start doing that, I thought.
Really?
Yeah, they say like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
But that's not why.
Yeah, it's not the same thing.
I want.
They
Dude,
have
like
the
I was
ability.
talking about the art. Like even if I visually don't like the way a piece of art looks, if you're the artist and you sit down with me and you're like, I did this because of this, and I drew inspiration from that real life thing and I put it in this, I'll probably like it. So
Sure.
every tweet, if you're considering those little pieces of art, and I know some people consider their tweets pieces of art, you need to tell me why you said everything you said for me to appreciate it.
Yeah, I like that.
I like you described a journal.
Yeah.
People need to just journal.
Yeah, people need to only journal, and your shit doesn't need to be for everybody.
But like, I think it all still comes back to like, yeah, people wanting to be heard
It's loneliness.
and not wanting to be alone. And it like always comes back to that, because like a journal wouldn't solve that, because that's just for you. Mm-hmm. Like it needs to like be to the public. Like even if only 3 people
Texting.
see it.
Texting.
Yeah.
Get a text thread about
Yeah.
people who give a shit about what you say.
Dude, that's honestly, dude, Mike, I think you're onto something.
I think we need to start texting.
Dude, I think like if you think you're one of these people we're describing, you or a loved one may already be entitled to a small settlement from Baker and Baker Industries.
If you tweet 2 or 3 times a day, you are that.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I think that if you think you're that person who's like, maybe I add a little too much to the echo chamber, or like maybe what I'm tweeting is not important and I should stop.
And be objective. No one hates you for being that.
Then-
that's not what this conversation's about.
Yeah, you should go to your, like, okay, this is just a suggestion, okay? But I feel like this is a potential healthy pathway for this. You can, so in this scenario, you go to your friends and you say, friends, I've decided that my tweets are garbage and something needs to change.
And so have you, because none of you have interacted with them for a long time.
Right, and you guys suck. I see you looking at my shit. You're watching my stories. I see it.
My tweet has 300 views and 4 likes.
But say that this is the beginning of a new you. It's time for growth. And the idea is that we're going to start a text thread. And if anybody wants to help me with this, I ask you to join me on this text thread. If you don't want anything to do with it, I get it. But here's the deal. Here's what it is. We join a text thread, and it's for anybody else who feels this way too. And before we tweet anything, we share with each other what we're going to tweet.
Yeah.
And if the group is like, nah, dog, that's not it,
And
then it
has
just
to be-
doesn't go up.
It has to be unanimous, and it has to sit for a month.
It's the state rules.
Dude, live tweeting a TV show. Like you're watching The Crown.
Yeah. Hey, guys, what do you think? No, just tweet it. Shut up. Stop.
Dude, it would solve everything. There would be no more spoilers on Twitter because like people would be tweeting about Succession.
But then there'd be spoilers within these like groups. Like someone in the chat thread would be like, yo, I didn't want that spoiler, motherfucker.
Which is why you should always have do not disturb on your phone.
That's right.
No matter what.
Or, just like, don't be a part of it if you're the kind of fuck that's worried about spoilers.
Dude, that's how we go backwards enough and still keep the technology. I think phones should work like this. You can keep do not disturb on at all times, and then you pick 3 numbers that could contact
That
you
cut
whenever.
through it, yeah. It's like a special ringtone.
Default
with
is
something
do not
really
disturb.
nice.
There's no.
It's like a
hi.
yeah.
Yeah.
Friend,
Here's a friend.
your friend is here. Oh, my friend. Hey, what's up, brother?
Oh, hi.
Yeah, but like I love that idea.
You're smokiness in New York.
Dude, and it's like, honestly, don't tweet that. Because you know what? Do a search for how many tweets there are about that right now.
Dude, I really, really didn't like. I mean, I really have no reaction to it, but I guess not. I'm trying to think of what the most realistic, what I really truly felt whenever I would read a tweet, because I know how much wildfire smoke and stuff really and truly fucks my lungs up.
Yeah.
In a way that I was not expecting
not
when I
good.
moved from across the country. And those people don't really deal with that at all. So for all of them to post their real life experience and be like, this is scary, and like I have nodes in my nose and shit like that, and like it hurts my lungs.
Yeah.
And then for shitbox ass baskets in LA to be like, this is just a fucking Tuesday.
Welcome
for
to
us.
yeah.
I swallowed a credit card this morning. Like, go fuck you're not better than anyone because you've inhaled wildfire smoke before.
Yeah, like you can't just be like, no, this ain't my first rodeo.
And then they'll be the same people next time something bad happens, be like, there's not enough empathy in the world.
So like bring that down to the friend level, like we're talking about, like saying like, oh, well, this is what LA's like, so shut your mouth, New York.
Dude, imagine.
And imagine your friends not being like, what's funny about that?
Yeah, like why? Not even that. Just being like,
it's not funny, and it's
dude. So, ask me.
Yeah.
Say I was thinking about tweeting this thing.
Okay.
About wildfire smoke on the East Coast.
Okay.
Okay, go
all
ahead.
right. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up, bud?
Are you Mike? Or
Yeah.
are you someone else?
No, I'm Mike.
Okay, Mike. Hey, this is
Thank
Steve.
you for checking.
I'm Steve.
Hi, Steve.
In this scenario. Mike, I was going to tweet this thing about the New York wildfires.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, hey, now get a load of this taste of what we deal with every year in LA, motherfuckers.
Oh, why?
Well, because, like, they're all like, oh, look at how my New York is like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, well, deal with it.
I don't know. That's somebody on the East Coast. Just struggling to breathe. Man, well, stay safe,
Yeah,
East Coast,
why?
and wear your mask. And it really, dude, I remember going to the walk-in a couple of years ago when I lived across the street from you. And I was like, fuck, man, I just feel bad. And the doctor's like, yeah, it's probably the smoke. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no. Like, I have had a fireplace in homes before. Like, I grew up around, like, smoke. He's, no, this is bad. This is worse. And it's probably you have, what did he call it? I had stuff in my
Emphysema.
sinuses. I had, like, not tumors, not nodes. Polyps.
Yeah.
In my sinuses. And he was like, yeah, you've never had that before. And now you have this because you breathe in the smoke.
Oh, breathing in microplastics.
It's like having all the allergies at one time.
Good day.
Goodbye.
Good morrow.
That's $75.
Yeah, I know, man. It's bad. Good luck to you New Yorkers out there. Anybody on the East Coast that's affected, or in Canada even. That's crazy, man. It ain't no joke
No.
when there's wildfires, man. We hate it.
Yeah, it's not fun.
So we
You
sympathize.
just want to go outside. It's summertime. You want to go outside and have a good time, but you can't because it's orange. Some people are allergic to orange.
Also, good time to change out those home filters, I feel like.
Home filters?
Those filters in your air units.
Go clean out your car. Every time you go to the car dealership and you say, I don't want to do my air filter this time, you got to do it this time.
This time you should do
There's
it.
still COVID in your air filter.
They're like, it's an extra $25, and you're like, I'll do it next time.
Well, the rest of everything you did cost $700, so maybe I'll just keep my air in my car bad.
Mike, I have to give a quick shout out to a fan of the show who took me on an incredible experience. He gave my girlfriend and I a VIP tour of the Walt Disney Studios in Burbank.
Hell yeah.
And he was the tour guide. And his wife came.
And she was invited or not?
Zach and Alexis are their names. She was invited. And it was like a super VIP. It was like just the four of us.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
When we were invited to go to the Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, not Disneyland. And this isn't really, I mean, it's not super close to Disneyland. But it's, you know, it's in Burbank. It's a little bit different than where Disneyland is. For those of you that are like, is Walt Disney Studios near Disneyland? Kinda, but
This
not.
sounds like it's in Burbank.
This is in Burbank, is what I'm trying to say. And so, my buddy was like, you know, hey, listen, it's your birthday. I wanted to treat you to like a VIP tour of the Disney Studios. And I'm like, fucking hell yeah, motherfucking bitch.
Every time Steve finds out some good news,
I'm
that
like,
place.
Ooh, I get a little joint, like, the, like, lighter. So I got to do this fucking ultra super special VIP tour of the Walt Disney Studios, and dude, it was like fucking bonkers.
Tell me about it.
Because it was one of the last studio lots, and you know, I give a shit about this, Mike. I really do. Like, world history and California history and U.S. history, it's all cool, right? Like, history is cool. Like, obviously,
All
there's some
history is
terrible
cool.
shit involved. But, like, when you see a thing that, like, you know, when you see the Statue of Liberty for the first time, or some kind, or you go to Lake Tahoe, or you go to, like, one of the great, when you go to one of the great parks, national parks, you know? Why is that funny?
Because
From the Statue of Liberty to Lake Tahoe?
that's, in America, 'tis of thee. That's the America the Beautiful. That's the second verse.
Yeah, well,
From the
you know.
statue to Lake Tahoe.
Listen, just because in cartoons and movies everyone goes, the Statue of Liberty, the pyramids, the fucking, you know, like they talk about all these like huge landmarks.
Yeah,
and
the
shit.
big landmarks in American history.
I can't say that a national park in California is like as cool as the Statue of Liberty.
Lake Tahoe is where?
Lake Tahoe is in California.
Okay.
But I was talking about, you know, like how history is cool and seeing places that are historically significant to
Yeah.
our part of the world is
Yeah.
really cool. But
Let us never forget about the Battle of Lake Tahoe.
dude, that was a big one. Yeah, a lot of deaths.
Yeah.
And it was civil.
Yeah.
But but when it comes to like movies and shit, dude, like I'm like that's the history that's like my bread and butter, baby. Like I want when I got to go to like the first like Sony studios when I worked at Sony and shit, like they were like, this is where they filmed fucking Gone with the Wind, and this is where they filmed Ghostbusters and shit. And that's like fucking my world, right? So I was like, this is crazy. But the Disney Studios was like one of the last studios that I like hadn't been to yet. And I think Warner's is another one. But, you know, I've gone to various events or I've done jobs at like some of the other studios. But dude, Disney is like crazy. It's like 1940s history. Yeah. From like when Walt Disney was finishing Pinocchio and Fantasia.
Yeah.
And beyond. So like every Disney animated movie and cartoon you can think of was made like right where like I was like stepping around in my Crocs. It was like mind-blowing shit.
Yeah.
So it was fucking cool, man. Some of the highlights were like, you know, the fucking Sherman brothers, the guys that wrote like all of the like, you know, Spoonful of Sugar, like all the like classic Disney era, like, you know, what else, like they wrote like all the Disney songs basically, like before, I'd say from the 40s into like the 70s and 80s. But so we got to see like the sound stage that they like scored like all their shit in, and then like we got to go into Walt's office where like the piano where like the Sherman brothers would like play for Walt.
He made him play piano in their office.
Dude, he would like, because they'd go in and be like, Walt, we've got an idea. Like, we've got a new tune for this new picture you're working on. And he'd go like, I ain't got time for you boys, get out!
Sit down on the piano and wow me.
And they'd be like, check this out, Walt. And they go, ding, ding, ding. I am a spoon, and this spoon is a swooning for you.
Get out.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, great. And then they just leave, and then we'll never hear that.
Yeah.
Like, I could only imagine in that room all of the, like, little tunes that were played for him that he was like, no. Or, like, he'd be like, that's a fucking hit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Zippity Doo-Dah. That's a hit. Right? But then there'd be, like, some garbage trash, and he'd be like, absolutely not. So we got to, like, fucking be in the room where, like, that happened. Yeah. So that was fucking cool. That piano, like, just, I was like, dude, who tickled those ivories?
Are the Sherman brothers still alive?
There's one Sherman brother left. The other passed away, and the other was very old.
Damn.
And I was told that the Sherman brother that's still alive was just in there, like, filming, like, a thing where he was, like, playing Disney songs and shit.
Whoa.
Fucking cool. The other cool thing, there was a bunch of cool shit, but highlights. In Walt's office, there was this, like, bird cage in the corner, and it was, like, V1. And I didn't even know this, or I forgot, but I probably just didn't know it. But the tour guide, Zach, my buddy, was like, Walt got that, like, bird cage, and inside was, like, an automaton, And when you like turn the key, it would like whistle and move. And it was like the inspiration for animatronics.
Whoa.
He like took that to his engineers and was like, make this and make a bigger one.
Make a
And, like,
Donald Trump one of these.
yeah, exactly. And then they weren't even Imagineers yet. They were like engineers that worked for him on the.
Before they were allowed to use their imagination.
They were never allowed to use their imagination. That was the one thing Walt said: never use your imagination.
1952 is the first time an engineer was allowed to use it.
Which is crazy because we were told by him to use our imaginations.
Right.
What a bitch. But anyway, so yeah, like seeing the thing that like inspired animatronics was like fucking bonkers.
Was the little bird in there?
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't go like touch it or anything, but it was there. It was like the actual one. It was fucking crazy.
Nice.
And
Is it dusty in there or what?
they like clean it up. They keep it nice because it's like for like special people to like come in and check out. Like look at Walt's office. Like you can see like even his notes that were there. Dude, his like bag that he like came into the office with every day was there. Like fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I was like blown away. That was like pretty much it. Like everything else was fucking cool. I got to see like the sound stages where they like made Mary Poppins and like fucking, you know, everything, dude. They built the Mark Twain that went to Disneyland in those sound stages.
The what?
The Mark Twain, that big white boat with like the little paddle
sure,
boat,
yeah.
the steamboat. And they built it there and then transported it to Disneyland. And then fucking the building where Imagineering like started. Like every Disney animatronic at one point or another from like the 50s all the way to like at least the 90s were in that building.
Cool.
Fucking crazy. I was like, dude, it was bonkers. It was like when we went to Henson, dude.
Yeah.
It was exactly like that.
Yeah.
Which was crazy, right? Like that feeling of like, dude, imagine all the people that were in this room.
Yeah.
Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson was in that room.
In that room,
Yeah.
dude.
The Statue of Liberty.
Dude, Homer Simpson helped Disney make Aladdin.
The Statue of Liberty. What if they flew on a carpet?
Yeah.
Dow.
Don't. Remember when Homer says don't?
Yeah.
Anyway, but that was so rad. I just want to give like a super special shout out to my boy Zach.
That's very nice.
And
Thank you,
Alexis.
Zach.
Fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was like, you know, that was like the coolest thing that happened to me this week. Just this week.
Yeah. We'll see what next week brings.
We'll see what happens next week.
Yeah. Join us next week.
Maybe I'll go to George Bush's office.
I'm not joking.
George Bush did the Statue of Liberty.
We need to play some birthday music, man. It's your fucking birthday today.
Well,
Happy birthday,
it is
Steve.
today. Yes. Well, it's not actually today,
Okay.
but it is today.
Yeah.
When it's out. When you're hearing it, that's today.
Yes.
Mike's Papa's birthday.
And Mike's Papa's birthday is today. Actual
It's
today.
Actual day.
Actual day.
Yeah.
Today we're coming to you from actual day. Instead of, why don't we just say we're live?
Live.
No, it's actual day. Yeah, dude, I'm an old motherfucker. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Here comes another birthday.
It doesn't matter. You were just in Jim Henson's office or whatever.
I know, where he jacked off or something.
Yeah. Jim Henson jacked off.
To this music. I said get out! Don't look in my eyes! Don't open the door when I'm listening to my birthday music! How many times? How many goddamn times? Should we do some ads? And then I was thinking, we'll just do fucking history road. We'll just coast the highway.
I don't know, bud. I don't know. Me personally, I don't know. jacked off in the hallway. He was reading porn in magazine forums, and the girls showed their ankles, cause it was a different time, and nudity made everybody uncomfortable. Women weren't allowed to have opinions until 1965, and everything got a little crazy. The lesbians and gays came into the world, and no one was gay before 1985, and in 1986 everyone was gay. And that's a little bit of history of the world in the United States. Bless you, it says.
Commercial. Guys, I want to thank our sponsors, Headgum. I want to thank everybody who is involved in this show. Kevin, up and her. And I want to shout out Factor. Huh? Factor.
Advertisement. Commercial.
Guys, Factor is one of our sponsors.
Advertisement. Commercial. Advertisement. Commercial.
Guys, now that it's summer, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for sunny, active days. Well, Factor is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit and can help you fuel up fast with flavorful and nutritious ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, you'll eat well, and stay on track reaching your goals. And look, are you too busy with summer plans to cook? And look, I'll tell you guys, with Factor, you can skip the trip. And look, and I'll tell you, Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat it up and enjoy, and then you can get back outside and soak up the warm weather. Ooh, I hate that rabbit. Guys, you can, how about this? Check this out. How about this? There's 34 plus chef prepared, dietitian approved weekly options featuring premium ingredients such as broccolini, leeks, truffle butter, and Plus, you can round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 45 plus add-ons, including breakfast items like our delicious apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, and potato bacon and egg breakfast skillet.
You know what I mean?
With Factor, you can rest assured that you're making a sustainable choice because they offset 100% of their delivery emissions to your door, offices, and they source 100% renewable electricity for their production sites and feature sustainably sourced seafood in all of their meals. So, Head to factormeals.com/banter50 and use the code banter50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code banter50 at factormeals.com/banter50 to get 50% off your first Guys, let me tell you, Tushy. Ooh, Tushy. I just used Tushy before I got here, Mike.
I used Tushy 3 times this morning.
Dude,
That's a brag.
That's a healthy system you got there.
I'm empty.
Guys, the most refreshing destinations in summer are the produce aisle, the walk-in beer cooler, the AC at the cinema, and your Hello Tushy B-Day. Give that dank booty a shower fresh clean whenever the swamp butt hits with Tushy B-Days. And look, the climate between your cheeks is about to get capital M muggy because we're talking about the swass, the swussy, the swalls, the swesticles, the sweenus, the swak, the swussy, the swant. We're talking sweaty undercarriage, baby. And I'll tell ya, the dry TP don't mix when you got a wet pee-pee, when you got a dry pee-pee. So, what are we gonna do? I'll tell you what we're gonna do, huh? We're working together here because we don't want those shreds of toilet papier all up in your business. Why don't you avoid that sticky sitch by switching to Hello Tushy B-Days? Because I'll tell you guys, Hello Tushy B-Day cleans your bum 2 times better than wiping and prevents poo particles from spreading to your hands and everything you touch. Think about things you touch. The Statue of Liberty. Your hands. Your other hand. Maybe your leg. The Hello Tushy B-Day washes your bum with fresh water for a way better clean than toilet paper. You simply spray and pat dry, and it attaches to your existing toilet. There is no electrician or plumber needed. It installs in less than 8 minutes, cuts down your TP use by 80% by saving money and paper waste, and you can make your restroom the best room with the complete Tushy system, including the Tushy B-Day attachment, ottoman, toilet brush, and Tushy stand, and tissues! So guys, it attaches to your existing toilet, requires no electricity or additional plumbings, and cuts toilet paper use by 80%. Guys, Hello Tushy B-Day pays for itself in just a few months. And every Hello Tushy Bidet attachment comes with a 60-day risk-free guarantee and a 12-month warranty. And with over 100,000 5-star reviews, you can see why millions of people already love Hello Tushy. So, Tushy's kicking off this summer with 40% off all bidets. The biggest sale of the year will be running May 31st through June 9th. Oh my God, that's today! Go to hellotushy.com/banter and use that promo code BANTER to get 40% off plus free shipping on your B-Day order. Guys, do it now. Today's the last day. That's hellotushy.com/banter for 40% off.
Stop!
That was nice.
Yeah.
All right.
It's good to have a conductor.
All right. Well, let's get into some goddamn history roads.
Please. Hey?
Please.
Halloween. Halloween.
Fortnite.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Fortnite.
Who's saying
It's
this?
Willem Dafoe. Someone made an AI. Willem Dafoe saying Fortnite.
Fortnite.
All right. Ooh, Neil Russell shit himself listening to dynamic banter.
Okay. Sorry.
Fortnite.
History Road, I shit myself listening to dynamic banter seriously.
I'm not joking.
Hello, BB boys. My name is Neil, and I'm a big, long-time listener. First-time rotor.
What is that? What is it?
A rarely pressed soundboard button.
What was it from?
It's from the Cats movie.
Well, I never was there ever. A cat is so clever. This magical
All right, fucking cut that shit off. I don't like it. I don't like grown-ups pretending to be cats and singing around. I don't like it.
That's okay, man. It's really not for everybody.
Yeah, you're goddamn right.
Fortnite.
So, my name is Neil, and I'm a long-time listener, first-time rotor, and two-horn-born honk boy. Living in New York City. Oh, I hope you're okay. This was 15 hours ago, so
Breathe shallow, bud.
I'll do my best to make this story as short as possible, but tales of shitting one's pants are often epic and tragic sagas.
Oh, now jerk off in my office.
It all starts with a Schnitzel sandwich that I had for dinner.
Fortnite.
I love Schnitzel. Have you tried the Schnitzel place up the road?
I don't know. What is it? Well, don't say it, but what is it? Well, don't tell people where it is what I'm saying. We don't want people to go there.
What should I say next?
You should talk about this place, but be as vague as possible.
It's very good.
We'll talk about it after the show.
Fort.
Why would I want to give the place business?
You definitely don't.
Why would I want them to stay in business for longer?
It's just your place. No one else can go there. The chef was generous enough to make me a schnitzel with extra sauce. What does that mean? Does a schnitzel come with sauce? What kind of sauce are we talking here?
I don't know. It's like on the side. It's like I've had it with like a sweet and sour type.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I guess I've never heard of this. I've had a schnitzel
There's a place up the street you should try.
up the street. How close? And what's it called?
It's called Cy Street Kitchen.
That's close to where you live, Mike.
It's very, very good. The schnitzel is like a they pound like chicken breast real thin, and then they like fry it in this really nice batter, and they make schnitzel sandwiches, or they'll put the chicken on salad, or you could just have it by itself, and the flavor's so nice.
And other things can be schnitzels? I'm seeing a chicken schnitzel.
Mm-hmm.
And a pork schnitzel.
Yeah.
And
It's like a style of cooking a meat.
wow. And it looks like the sauces can sometimes be like a Dijon. A mustard cream sauce. God, this sounds fucking great.
Yeah, dog. Support your local schnitzel place.
Hell yeah, dude.
Where's schnitzel from?
That must be. That sounds like a German thing.
Isn't it? It sounds like it. You think Walt Disney ever had...
Schnitzel? Yeah. Damn, dude. Traditionally, a Wiener Schnitzel is a cutlet of veal pounded thin by a meat tenderizer.
You ever use one of those? The pointy hammers?
No.
It's so much fun.
It's look fun. I've seen them use them in horror movies.
Yeah.
I just saw one used in a movie called You're Next, starring.
Bill Goldberg.
Fortnite.
The next day, I woke up early. So extra sauce means you got a bunch of that mustard cream sauce, I'm assuming. The next day I went, and that sounds like a recipe for a bad poop problem if your stomach can't handle it.
Sure.
The next day I wake up early and begin my commute to my corporate job.
Is that true? Is it German? Austria.
Austria.
Austria is German light.
I'm coming.
That was a little clip we had from the mayor of Austria.
I'm like,
That's enough out of you, bud.
The next day I wake up early and begin my commute to my corporate job. While on the subway, I pull up the latest episode of DB, Optimus Prime's Last Wishes. Excited to hear what the boys will talk about this time. As I listen and the train approaches my stop, I suddenly feel a gurgle from deep within the bowels. Not long after, I feel a chill on my neck. Ooh, man, that's bad news. When you feel the chill.
Yeah, when your
I'm
body
sick.
changes temperature,
Yeah.
you have to shit so bad you're cold.
Your body's like, we're shifting focus somewhere else
Right.
for our own good.
We're shitting focus.
Shitting. And a cold sweat on my palms as the gurgle quickly develops into a growing pressure. As I get out.
Dude, that's like those dog fart. Yeah. Dude, those are the best. When you see a dog, well, it's not the, yeah, I feel bad. But when you see a dog have like diarrhea on the sidewalk and then it poops and then you hear, poor doggos.
It's okay. They're fine. Hopefully.
Sometimes.
Everyone gets diarrhea.
Dude, I would say 50% of the dogs in Los Angeles are fine, and 50% of them were purchases during the pandemic for people who didn't want to be alone, who also refused to train their animals.
Exactly.
So I don't think those dogs are fine,
No,
unfortunately.
those are not fine.
Those dogs are huskies, and they live in a one-bedroom apartment in Burbank.
When it's about to get fucking hot as fuck, too.
Yeah.
With
Well,
those
thank
big
God
fat
for these
goats.
clouds that have been here for 2.5.
No, we hate them. We hate everybody in New York, too.
Eat a fucking dick.
So, not long after he feels that chill and the gurgle, and it quickly develops into a growing pressure. As I get off at my stop, the urgency dawns on me. I begin running calculations. I have a 5-minute walk. It's like that gif with all the...
Yeah. I begin doing schematics.
I start to draw out the blueprint.
The brown prints.
Very
I'm
good.
leaving brown prints in my pants.
Brown pins on my blueprints. I have a 5-minute walk to my building and another 5-minute wait on the elevator to reach the 17th floor of the office where I work. Holy shit!
It's so funny to work so high up when you have to shit so bad.
In this situation, it's
And then
hilarious.
gravity's going to pull it right out of you.
Dude, this is like something that happens in a video game and the timer is going. And you're like, oh, I gotta get to the 17th floor!
This is what Donkey Kong was.
This is where the idea for Donkey Kong came from.
Suddenly, I jump over a barrel and use a meat tender.
And then the Statue of Liberty was there.
I've been beating Schnitzels.
As I walk, I realize that 10 minutes is just too long. The poop is approaching my rectum at speed. I make a new plan to skip the elevator entirely and take the stairs. Ooh, that's risky. That's risky.
a bad decision.
Every stomp is a possible leakage.
That was a terrible decision.
Isn't there a first floor bathroom? What is
Yeah.
this, hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there's gotta be for guests and shit, right?
Yeah.
Go to the first floor bathroom.
If they have a lobby, you're fucking...
If they've got a lobby, exactly.
Also, even if there's not, chances are there's a second floor.
Yeah, you can keep trying.
I don't have to pound my feet against the floor up to the 17th floor.
So he says, I make a new plan to skip the elevator entirely and take the scares to the second floor, where there should be a bathroom. I clench, walk faster, and I think I just have to get to the second floor over and over. Meanwhile, dynamic banter plays in my headphones
Didn't want to take a
because
break.
I'm too focused on not pooping to turn it off.
Smart.
Finally, I arrive at the building. I run past the security check, scan my badge, and rush up the stairs to the second floor. I'm so close.
I wonder if they would let you through almost any security checkpoint if you were convincingly.
Fucking poop. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can get out of a ticket. You can get out of like a lot of real life
yeah.
situations if you have to shit bad.
Right, because that's someone like that becomes your problem.
Yeah.
If you don't let them through. But man.
Yeah, you want to deal with a screaming, crying person or somebody with shit in their pants.
Yeah, exactly. But then there's the chance that it's like a really clever, good acting criminal who's trying to get in the building.
Put all the money in the bag. I got a shit.
Shit! Wait, I mixed this up. Fuck. So, I arrive at the second floor. He says, "Here I will pause to say, if you ever need to poop urgently, think clearly about the exact toilet that is your destination. Not a vague location, because if you think of a vague location, like the second floor, your subconscious will register that you have arrived far, far too early." Wow, interesting. Good.
Is the second floor of that particular building a vague location?
Well, not.
Think about the world.
Yeah.
And now you're in a building on the world.
Yeah.
And the second floor of that building in the bathroom, presumably there's one or two.
Yeah, that's what the vague part is that presumably
He's thinking
there's a
about the
bathroom.
hole in the toilet in stall number 3 on the second floor bathroom.
Yeah, and he's thinking about when he's going to flush it and what he's going to do right after.
Yeah.
He's planning out his whole day. Yes, as I arrive on the second floor with no knowledge of where the bathroom is, I feel a breach between my legs.
Dude, it's so funny that you have to, like, if your office isn't on the second floor, you still have to be, like, polite to people on the way to the bathroom.
Yeah, who are, like, working. Yeah.
Like, you have bubbly shit stomach, you're like, hello.
Great to see you. I didn't know you worked on the second floor. Gotta go!
Oh, okay. You have beautiful hair today. Where's your bathroom at?
You look lovely today. May I use your bathroom?
Have you seen this look on the East Coast? It's crazy. Where's your bathroom?
My rectum thinks that we've made it to the destination, and no matter how strong my will is to hold it in, the pressure in my bowels slowly becomes a weight in my pants. I rush around looking for a bathroom, and by the time I find one seconds later... By the time I find 1 seconds later, I realize it's too late. The pressure is gone.
Uh-oh, you ran out of pressure. Oh, no, he's all out of pressure. Out of pressure.
Because you said your pants. In the bathroom, I assess the damage, and as I do, I realize I still have dynamic banter playing in my ears.
Which is the most important part of this whole thing.
Like the happy music that eerily plays from a radio after a car crash, I hear Steve say in the voice of Optimus Prime, "You guys all have to jizz on me and light me on fire." From there, I had to learn what it means to clean up after you shit your pants. But this history road has gotten too long, so I'll spare you those details. Thanks for reading my history road. I've always wanted a good story to tell for history road, but I'm not sure if this experience was worth it. But if I had to shit
where did this person shit their pants?
while they arrived on the second floor,
Yikes.
because they were thinking second floor is where the bathroom is.
Yeah.
I guess his brain subconsciously was like, second floor, I made it. Oh.
Damn.
Doesn't that happen to you guys all the time?
I mean, it
When
has.
you enter the bathroom, it's when it drops.
It's happened before. Oh, dude. Yeah, the Fortnite game.
Dude, when I'm in the bathroom, I feel like, okay, we made it. And then it's like, it's almost like I don't have to shit until I hit the toilet. Because it's like we haven't taxied to the the jet bridge yet.
So close.
Yeah, it is the most so.
Yeah.
Like we're on the runway, but we still have to wait for the jet bridge.
I've had like it happen with piss.
Sure.
Where you're like, oh fuck, I gotta fucking pee, and then you like pull your shit down, and then you like let a little pee out into your shit, and you're like, oh fuck.
Dude, you ever have to pee real bad, and then you pull your pants down and it doesn't go for a second?
Yeah. And you're
Like
like,
this
fuck?
is all I've been thinking about for half an hour.
And I was like, oh fuck, I put that plug in, that pleasure plug into my pee.
I gotta take the duct tape off the head of my cock.
Fortnite.
Okay. Reaction is the best.
You have like AI. You have this like groundbreaking technology.
And you make Willem Dafoe say Fortnite.
Yeah.
Dude, I love how bonkers the internet can be, for sure. Anyway, if I had to shit myself as a grown man, I'm going to laugh about it and share it with hundreds of strangers on the internet. Sincerely, the pants shitter Neil.
Hundreds. Fuck you, Neil. Fuck you,
Fuck
Neil.
you, Neil, you bitch.
Go clean the shit out of your pants, you piece of shit.
Oh, we got a birthday baby yeah from M saying happy birth for Steve and some CT music scene nostalgia for Mike. A twofer.
What was that part? What was the second part?
A Connecticut music scene nostalgia for Mike.
Oh, nice. Who sent this?
M. Someone named M. Dynamic Banter. Happy almost birthday, Esteban. Well, it is now, but okay. I've been watching both of you since SourceFed days, and boy, are you guys fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
Also, I want to let you know that the episode with Brad was probably one of the funniest episodes I've seen in a long time.
Oh, great.
And I already rewatched it like 7 times already.
Shout out Brad.
Brad was a good boy. I think it was so special seeing/hearing Brad experience Dynamic Banter for the first time. So good. As someone who was born and raised in Connecticut, I love the CT music scene shoutouts. The space in Hamden is still kicking.
Uh-huh.
It brings a smile to my heart. It brings a smile to my heart. My favorite podcast talk about some of my favorite.
Yeah, that's the Connecticut school system for
CT
you.
music spots.
We're all just doing our best and sounding it out.
I wanted to include a few more spaces and get Mike's initial reaction, and if he ever played here, because one, that would just be a dream to have had shared the same space that Mike once played in. And two, I wanted to return the favor and share a little nostalgia along with some news stories myself.
Okay.
Billy Baloney's Teeny Hole in the Wall, that was the first place I ever saw live music played by friends in high school.
Billy Baloney's.
I mean, I feel like you wouldn't forget a name like that.
I was never there. I
Maybe
feel like
that's-
that was maybe like a punk place. That there was a list of places that you would send CDs to back in the day, like back in the probably like 2003 to 2006 to like beg to play there.
Yeah.
Billy Baloney's feels like it was on that list,
On the
but I
list.
don't remember ever being there.
Tuxedo Junction, such a massive classic. Even my mom used to party there.
Hell yeah, dude.
I saw
Love
Miss
a good
May.
legacy place.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
me too, my man. I saw Miss May in 2010, and decided to crowd surf after my friend did too. The only difference was that they caught her, while I landed my head, landing me in the hospital.
Yikes.
And giving me my most expensive stage dive ever.
Yeah, you gotta make sure people are paying attention.
Lastly, and the one closest to my heart, is the Heirloom Arts Theater,
Yeah,
or
darn.
the Empress Ballroom in the 2000s.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah?
What a huge destination place. It was like that was a big deal if you could play there, but it was so gigantic because it was just a factory.
Yeah.
And that if you brought like 30 people there, it would seem like, oh, who's cleaning up in the Emperor's Ballroom? Yeah.
Yeah?
But it was just gigantic.
That's cool.
The last time I was there, I saw Alan Stone there. And it wasn't super well attended because he wasn't super famous at the time. And he was like, we're not singing anything. They were like stuck on the intro of a song, like until everyone comes off the balcony where the older kids drank.
Yeah.
He was like, everybody has to come dance or else we're not singing
Wow. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love a call to action where the audience has to like do something.
I played there one time. I opened up acoustic for a rock band called The Smirk there. And Just felt very out of place. I felt out of place because I was friends with all the rock bands, but I was by myself for such a long time that they would have me open up and no one ever gave a shit. Because it was just like the opposite of what they were there to see. But my friends would be like, no, you got to trust
Dude,
it.
that's so tough. That's weird when you're like, I'm not really the scene. I'm not the vibe.
Yeah, but I never said no to stuff.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
And plus you were performing at that place, which I'm sure was a pretty cool honor to get to do.
Yeah.
Were the acoustics in there pretty good or it was bad?
No, it was bad.
Because it's a huge fucking warehouse?
Yeah, it was just a place to be loud and bang into people with your friends.
M goes on to say, my friend Linda, shout out Linda if you're listening to this show, was the snack bar girl, and she would always hold me down as her plus one pretty much every Friday of junior and senior year. Some of the most fun, craziest times happened there. We fangirled over dudes in bands. We tried to join the mosh pit. I got punched in the head once by the biggest dude ever.
This girl definitely has CTE, without a doubt.
Yeah?
So much. I'm just saying, dude. So many head injuries just in this one story.
I know, right? Are you okay? They're falling apart as it goes on. But this dude was trying to do, the biggest dude ever was trying to do a windmill in the pit. And then Steve will love this one. Got spray spitted on by some British dudes while they were playing some hardcore music, but standing like they were playing crabcore. If you're familiar. If not, I would Google it. Oh,
Do you know what that is?
No.
Dude, that's when somebody plays the bass, but like down here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and they're all doing it in a line together? Dude, that's so funny.
Flexible young man you have to be to play the bass that low.
Isn't it funny to see that?
Oh, yeah.
But they don't think it's funny.
But it's what the music sounds
It's
like.
demanding it, yeah.
It sounds like it's played.
You should
low
get
to
down
the
on the
ground.
ground. But they think
This
they're-
music's for the Dark Lord. I need my scrotum to touch the forehead of my father, the Lord of Satan.
Every one of our breakdowns is halftime, and it sounds like this: scout dum dum, scout dum dum, scout dum 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 dum, scout dum dum.
Dude, that's really funny.
That's and then the singers are like.
And they think it's the shit.
Some blonde girls in the front like, I'm gonna suck that guy's dick.
Yeah, I'm gonna suck that guy's dirty devil dick.
Yeah, I'm in a fight with my parents, so I'm gonna suck that guy's dick in a van.
Fart night.
Scout dum dum, scout dum dum.
Skunk dum dum. I also totally.
Please go to the merch stand and get our black t-shirt with the squiggly writing on it. We made it in the work.
Yes, we worked on it together.
We did arts and crafts as a band for the Dark Lord.
We screwed up my mom's garage. Now it smells like chemicals.
We bought
Blank t-shirts from the man.
They were too small from Japan.
The XL is like a medium, but I'll hold it up to you before you purchase.
No, you can't hold the
It'll
shirt.
probably fit.
You can't hold the shirt.
If you try it on, you buy it. Don't sweat into the shirt. You bought it. It's a V-neck. This one has a pocket.
just one of them has a pocket.
One of my shirts accidentally got in there.
I also totally forgot I even purchased a record a year and a half ago and was stoked when you announced / reminded us. Feels like a little gift from past me.
Yeah, a lot of people have been tweeting pictures, being like, "These just came."
Dude, I love that. Keep them coming.
Yeah, maybe the coolest thing we've ever made.
I think so, man.
So happy that they got to people.
I know. People love it, too. It's like, some people are like, now I need a record player.
Yeah, we gotta start working on the next one because that's such a specific. Like, I forget what the time span is, but it's like the first 50 to 100 episodes,
Yeah.
maybe less.
There's a lot in between. that could be made into a potential future volume. You could collect them all.
Stop.
Anyway, thanks again for the trip down memory lane and all you do on the podcast and everything else. I love the past 6+ years of listening to you guys, and we'll continue as long as you guys do. Thank you. Call me or don't, but have a nice Thursday.
If that didn't go on so long, I would say call her. So I'd like to discuss memories with her.
Skunk-dunk-dunk. Skunk-dunk-dunk.
Is this Cooper from the Digital Void?
Is the email in Wingdings?
I am translating it.
Google Translate from Wingdings.
What
was that, by the way?
What?
Wingdings.
Fuck, there was an explanation once.
What was it for? Kevin, you gonna look it up?
It was like
Ask Siri.
It was like it was like testing out different symbols or something.
Yeah, but what were they for? There was like a baseball stadium.
Wingdings is a series of dingbat fonts. Okay.
Doesn't explain it.
That render
When you use the
letters
thing
as
to explain the thing.
a variety of symbols. They were originally developed in 1990 by Microsoft by combining glyphs from Lucida icons, arrows, and stars licensed from Charles Bigelow. What the fuck? By some dude.
Skunk-dunk-dunk.
The purpose of the Wingdings font was to provide a unique set of symbols and icons that could be easily inserted into documents. It was designed to be used as decorative and graphical font, like emojis maybe. Offering a wide range of pictograms, arrows, and other symbols, Wingdings became popular for creating visually appealing designs or adding visual elements to text-based documents.
Dude, that's how hard that used to be.
Yeah.
Think about how easily there's like, dude, it used to be so hard to make font like fun and exciting, especially if you were little and you were like making a birthday card for somebody on the computer or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It was so hard to put like a piece of clip art or art into
And
a
something
thing.
would always fuck up, like the spacing once you printed
Yeah.
it out.
It's so easy. There's a lot that's talked about how technology and everything is soulless and blah blah blah, but it's so easy to make something so pretty and nice to look at now, and you should appreciate that.
Dude, like, think about like Comic Sans.
I want to talk to somebody who had all the Wingdings memorized. Like if I'm like baseball stadium, they're like capital W.
Dude,
or
you know
whatever.
that's out there.
Yeah.
For sure.
What a waste of like human brain space.
For sure.
Dude, somebody real quick was like, I fucking know. And then heard the second part, was like, yeah. Okay. I know other stuff as well.
Oh, look, my record just came in the mail.
I know how to rotate a rollerblade wheel so it doesn't get all sharp on one side.
Okay. Sam says, to my favorite buoys, a short one, I promise. Hi, Steven Merkel. What?
Fuck you.
I have been making my way backwards through your episodes and loving it. I'm just entering the pre-soundboard era, so I'm anticipating the yelling to increase as compensation. A little while ago, I cruised through the episode entitled Dave Matthews Will Have His Day.
Dude, have you seen an interview with him recently?
No.
He's so self-aware and so funny and so, like, you know, he's in, like, the Adam Sandler movies every now and again.
That's right.
He's just, like, he seems like the coolest fucking dude.
He's just cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Does he still make music? As Dave Matthews Band? Mm-hmm. Damn, I gotta check in and see what's up. Is it good?
He put out, I was reminded of a record he did by himself called Some Devil. And it was like the early 2000s, probably around like 2006-ish. And he just did it by himself without the band. It was like him and Tim Reynolds, who's like a crazy awesome guitar player. And it was so interesting. And it was like, it's so weird how you have these lapses in your memory. And I remember being such a big Dave Matthews fan, and then he went away for a short while, and then he came out with this solo record, and I was like, it doesn't even make sense that Dave Matthews would make a record without his band. Like, that's his whole thing.
Right.
And I anticipated it so much, and then for years I just completely forgot about it. And then everything's on Spotify, so I just listened to it, and I was like, man, that's so, like, it brought me back a bunch of feelings that I'd completely forgotten.
Dude, that's what early Dave Matthews does for me. Like the 90s Dave Matthews. Like Trippin' Billies and stuff like that. Dude, it brings me back to like a crazy time.
Yeah.
Like just like 90s simple.
And that's the time where we felt like we were, like, that was our, like, yearning to be adults.
Yeah.
And, like, I would go to Dave Matthews concerts and see, like, adults smoking weed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, someday that's going to be us smoking weed and eating portobello mushrooms in the parking lot.
But we were merely freshmen. I wonder how different like,
the verb
pipe is now from when they started. Just out of nowhere.
I would like
the
to,
verb
dude,
pipe.
if the word pipe was here, I want to ask them what they've learned.
What have they learned in all those years? Damn. Anyway, Sam says, I thought to myself, Dave Matthews would be a great Wickwillian candle, not for its scent, but because it's a slow burn. Love you, boys. Be excellent to each other. Regards, Sam. P.S. Here's 2 more Wickwillian scents. AA batteries. And Michael Jackson's glove.
Thank you, Sam.
This is an interesting email from about Neil Ghosh.
Hell yeah.
Twiggy says,
It's about Neil Ghosh?
Yeah.
I'm about Neil Ghosh. In a minute. Dude, that is kind of like a slightly different universe. I'm gonna come.
Yeah.
I'm a new ghost. I'm a ghost. I'm close to ghost. Oh my gosh.
Someone named Twiggy says, I hate the Neil Ghosh music. You guys use so much. It infuriates me. I hate it so much. It triggers my misophonia. I don't know why. What's misophonia?
Oh, well, let's tailor the show so that this one person has a better experience.
People with misophonia are affected emotionally by common sounds, usually those made by others, and usually ones that other people don't pay attention to.
So of all of the
Whoa, like breathing, yawning, or chewing.
of all of the sounds ever made on this podcast,
It's the Neil Ghosh
Neil
music.
Ghosh's music.
It says, it's ugly and ruins everything.
Jesus fucking
Like, I
Christ.
actually like listening to the ads, but not sure why you use that ugly, godforsaken music. Anyways, love this show, guys. Thanks.
Who's that?
Wow.
No, go fuck yourself.
Play for the rest of the show.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Play it louder than we're talking.
God, I love that. Let's play all of them. Let's play all of them at once.
Fortnite.
We love Neil Ghosh here, but you know, listen. I think if someone wanted to come in and be like, you know, because all the emails are usually nice and kind, and if someone wanted to be like, look, here's something I don't like.
No, that's not what they did.
Really?
That's not what they
You don't
did.
feel that way?
Read that back. It ruins everything. Fuck this fucking
I guess
music.
that's true. They said it's ugly.
No, you could be an adult and use your adult words to say shit like that. You fucking asshole. Dude, you know what? Okay, if we're all allowed to speak our piece, emails like that piss my stomach off, and now I feel like shitting.
Piss my stomach off.
Shitty entitled people who email make my stomach shitty.
I guess I'm looking for something in between that and like the super nice emails.
Nah, just be nice. Just be nice, real person.
Like, I'm into constructive criticism, but
Yeah.
be nice, yeah. Yeah, don't say something's ugly and ruins your life just because you don't like it.
And like to need to.
That's a little. That's That's too
Dude,
far.
go tweet about smoke on the East Coast, you piece of shit.
I think you need a thread. You need a thread with your friends where you're like, "Hey, I want to email my one of my favorite podcasts.
Yeah.
Is this okay?"
Yeah. There's
check with your
also,
friends.
hold on, shut the music off for a second. I don't think I've ever said this, or if I did, it was real quick and under my breath and no one would catch it. But there is, when Neil gave us those pieces of music, there's one that I put a bunch of them together so they could play throughout the whole act.
Yeah.
And I started at, I don't think this is what they're talking about, but I started at like bad times. Like it all flows perfectly into each other, but then the further on it goes, it's all like mad offbeat and they start like going over each other.
Oh, interesting. Is that, you don't think that's what's happening?
What do you mean? For that
Like by
person?
accident?
No, I think they just have a problem with specific sounds. But
Yeah.
it blows my fucking mind that of all the sounds ever made
It's
on
that
this
one, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like pleasant music to me.
Yeah.
Okay, how about let's end on a be nice or not be nice relationship advice
Sure.
from someone named Elliot.
Oh, that made me so mad.
It's okay. You know what? We can say something nice about Neil Ghosh.
He's
Neil Ghosh,
beautiful.
his music is really nice. I like it.
And how about this? We asked him to do that, and he did it for us.
Yeah.
He took time out of his day
Kindness of his heart, yeah.
to just figure out some ad music for us.
And you can be like, I don't like it, but
And you
I
could
like
also
your
never
show.
listen to this podcast ever again. I
Yeah.
would rather you never listen to this podcast. I choose Neil over you. No one's asking me to
for
choose.
Sure, for sure.
I choose Neil Ghosh 10,000 times over.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Enjoy your record.
Especially if it's someone that can't constructively criticize.
Yeah, dog. Neil would never say that shit about you.
Yeah.
Unless you were face to face. Then he'd probably have some shit to say.
Elliot says, "Hey y'all, what's poppin'? My name is Elliot. I'm a hairstylist from Texas, and I think this might just be the first time I'm writing a history road to you, BB
Anyway,
boys.
shut that fucking music.
I hate that fucking Neil Ghosh music, you bitch.
I hate Neil as a person.
I hate that bitch ugly vomit music you play. The reason why I'm writing is because I need a Lee help deciding what to do in the current situation I'm in, which is that the person I'm in love with and have been
likes the
seeing
show.
for 8-ish months doesn't like the Neil Ghosh music that you play on your show.
I'm not joking. I just won 250,000.
Bit of a pingy ting.
It is a little pingy ting, isn't it? 250,000? That's a pingy ting.
That's a bit. Fuck, that's
The person I'm in love with and have been seeing for 8-ish months does not want to even consider being in a serious relationship with me
8 months.
due to him wanting to wait for his ex to magically want him back, even though she ghosted him after treating him like garbage and stealing his money, and then jumping at the first opportunity to be with someone else and marrying that person.
Hey, dog.
Whoa.
Hey, dog. Whoever has written this, what's the name? Elliot. Ellie. You need to love yourself about 1,000 times more than you do at this moment.
Yeah.
I could describe for you 100 people who aren't worth waiting for even before I got to this person. There's a spectrum of people who maybe deserve a little bit of time, and this person is not that.
Yeah.
Crazy for them to. Okay, so if your entire, first of all, not be nice.
Yeah.
And if your entire relationship has been based on like for 8 months this person has wanted somebody else but has settled for me, dude, love yourself more than that, please.
Yeah, I mean, 8-ish months feels like
8
a long
weeks
time.
is an insane amount of time to
Yeah.
wait for this person.
Yeah. And if you're like in love, I mean, love's crazy, right? Like, love's all sorts of things. Could be a little thing, could be a big thing, but you never know until it's like over or gone, right?
That's a one person's want type situation.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Exactly.
clearly want a set of things, and that person wants a set of things. Your Venn diagram for where you meet in the middle is like two circles barely touching each other.
Yeah.
And why is it so important that this person holds out hope for somebody who has nothing to do with you, and you're clinging on for the last like 10% of your what clicks about your relationship?
The thing that resonated with me the most with that like line of thinking that really helped me in like a huge way, but you have to like really work on this, is that if that person really cared about you and really wanted to be with you, then there wouldn't be anything in the way of it.
Mm-hmm.
And since there is something in the way of it, and it's all in that person with like weird selfish decisions about like waiting for their ex to take them back, then that person does not really care about you.
You want to hear something nuts? That person's whole thing in not wanting to commit is based on wanting an ex to want them back. But they already have you.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother person with their set of experiences, but you have given yourself to that person wholeheartedly, and you say, here I am, you could have me, and the other person's like, wait, I'm going to make sure.
You know, I'm not
dude,
going to take that yet. Yeah, exactly.
I don't care how mediocre the D is. That's a mid-D at best. Yikes.
Well,
you could take that person and put them in a boat with the person who doesn't like Neil, and put it halfway to Antarctica and fire a torpedo at it. Yeah.
So here's the thing. There's a lot more to this story, but I think that like the details are not super important here. I think you said everything.
They know that the details aren't important
to be said. Yeah.
Everything else is like 7-layer dip shit.
Yeah.
That you know, like if what the dip is based on is if there's shit underneath the dip, it doesn't matter that it's buffalo chicken shit.
Right, exactly. It takes a long time though to be like, especially when you're like, man, I really, really like this person. I want them to like me back so bad.
Dude, it shouldn't take a long time because literally you wrote a letter to your favorite podcast, and the first line of the letter is that the person I've been with for 8 months wants somebody else real bad, and I'm on the hook. So you already know what the difference is. You just need somebody else to say it. I'm gonna say, fucking cut bait.
Yeah.
And let the sharks swim with the chum.
Because someone is gonna come along eventually and be like, "Yo, I want to be in a relationship with you like now. I gotta lock this down because you're checking all the boxes in my life."
Yeah.
And no one else. I'm not like hanging on a thread with someone else. You know, like I'm ready for this, and that's gonna happen. You know.
You need to love you because you're both doing the same thing. Like the guy that you're with is putting his life on hold for somebody who clearly doesn't want to be with him, and you're doing the same shit. So fucking break the cycle, and then literally give a chance to anyone else who's not obsessing over the past, romanticizing the past.
And I would say, Elliot, best of luck to you.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Love yourself is super important. Loving yourself, and just don't give yourself fully to someone that isn't also gonna give it back.
Gross.
Anyway, next caller. Okay, so who do we have on the line now? Who's there? Can we get in? Hi, is this Max?
This is the goddamn
Is this Max?
I got something to say.
Well, guys. Guys, I want to thank everyone. And Mike, I love you, buddy. What a show.
Anyway, come to the Chuckle Hut on July 6th.
Do you have any plugs, Mike, real quick?
There's probably stuff going on. I'm MikeFalzone.com is where, dude, the best place to check for upcoming shows is once a day, check my stories. because there's always stuff popping up at the last minute. So follow me on Instagram at Mike Falzone and check my stories. If there's anything really crazy coming up, I'll post it to my community app. If you want to text me at 818-7-TORI-TORI, 868-TORI. That'd be fun. Dude, follow me on Instagram, and you could follow the Surrounded Show at surrounded_crowdwork, and my photography at Mike Photography. I've been doing just a lot of work on Instagram and trying to make it nice.
Yeah, and also shout out to the patrons. Shout out to the people who love the YouTube videos.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Leah editing those.
Josh.
Shout out to Josh killing it on Twitter and socials, and Kevin killing it everywhere else.
Yes.
Live shows on Patreon.
Ooh, live show.
Oh, nice.
Live shows on Patreon.
Dude, can we make some clips out of that?
Yeah.
Because there were some funny...
Yes.
Dude, did you get to the part...
2 hours.
Fuck, man, 2 hours. Did you get to the part at the end where I was like crying? Is it as great as I remember?
Oh, good.
Dude, I was crying like anime tears at the end of that fucking.
Dude, it was just really kind of like loosey-goosey, unhinged DB.
Yeah.
We were just kind of going with the flow. It was very like, we're in the water.
Nothing's better than making them find more comfortable chairs and not using them.
Dude, that was... One day we'll talk about that in great detail because it's very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to see that show, the fucking Portland Salem show.
We're in a beautiful theater. Does that come across at all? The fact that we're in a beautiful theater? Dude, thank you so much I can't wait to see that.
That's
that
great.
itself is worth the price of admission to the Patreon.
I'm going to check it out myself. I can't wait to get those
Yeah.
clips.
And Kevin has been a little under the weather.
Kevin has been.
But we're going to get back to making stuff specifically for the Patreon.
Yeah.
And I really like the stuff that we've been making, and I'm interested and excited to make more.
Me too, man. All right, well, great show today, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time on DB.
That was a HeadGum podcast.